He looks so. But yeah, I think Okoro is a very solid player and a good pick. Now the Suns, this is an interesting pick because they need a point guard, right?
They do.
They have Devin Booker, and it also there's a lot of point guard. This draft is pretty weak, but I'd say point guards are one of the things that they they have a decent amount of good point guards this year in the draft. It really depends what happens before it, but so I had them taking Killian Hayes, obviously, because I think that would be such a great fit with Booker, because you want to get a pass first guy.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, who do you have?
So I think if Killian Hayes fell to 10 for Phoenix, a team who went 8-0 in the bubble and who look like they're probably destined to make the playoffs next season, they would be a scary team. I think the more reasonable pick here, though, is a player who was the number 1 overall player in the country in high school, and that's Cole Anthony. He was injured for part of North Carolina's season this year, but when he came back, he had to do a bulk of their scoring. He didn't shoot the greatest. He shot about, I think, 33% from three and not great field goal numbers, but he's shown the ability to put up points, and that's what he did. He put up 23 points and about 7 assists.
So when you have Devin Booker, are you really going to want a point guard who is going to be requiring a lot of shots?
I think one of the big part of Cole Anthony's game is he's not just a score first point guard. He's just a guy who can do that with Devin Booker. And I think obviously that team is looking on that is on the upswing. They have 3 proven scorers in Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre, and DeAndre Ayton. So I think if you plug a possible first overall talent in Cole Anthony before his injury and before he goes to North Carolina, that's an extremely scary team.
I see, but you can't judge a player off of their high school ranking because you got Trayvon Duval. He was the number 1 overall player.
He's actually on the Timberwolves G League team right now.
See, he's in the G League. I think that when I watched Cole Anthony play against when I watched him play against Duke, he looked so he was just forcing shots. And I feel like when you have Devin Booker and what you're talking about, they have so many good offensive talent. I think they need a low profile pass first player.
So to rebuttal on that, I think
I don't know if that means, Chris.
To respond, I think another underrated part of Cole Anthony's game is he's a good perimeter defender. He can guard your point guard. He's not super tall, but he's a great perimeter point guard, and he's quick. And I think the reason he had to score that many points for North Carolina is because, I'm going to be honest, they sucked. It was one of their probably worst seasons in history because they had nobody there. So he obviously was the only one that put up points for them.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I think that's due to a lot of the scoring for him. But yeah, you want guys that have the ability to score too anywhere.
Of course, and especially with our what we really want is that we want Booker to be traded to the Timberwolves. So they are going to need a scorer, and that's why they will take. That's why they will need to take Anthony because they need that scoring.
Yeah.